So my next video was supposed to be about Death Stranding, but after putting several hours into it, I realized something. I wasn't having fun. I promise I love video games in general, but walk with me for a second. Different games have different styles. The beef here is that regardless of what kind of style your game is going for, I feel like it still has to keep you engaged. And although the two games in the title are different in what they set out to do, they still have one common, very annoying problem. They're both long as fuck for no goddamn reason. Let me explain. You have probably been watching me walk in this video for the past who knows how long. Let me tell you that this is the fucking gameplay. So let's start with the main beef. This game is boring. You walk a lot, and then when you get ran up on by the Freddy Krueger nightmare, you gotta walk slower. And if you held your breath too long, you gotta stop walking until you catch your breath. And then, after you made it through that mess, you might have to go back the way you came. Even walking simulators don't make you walk slower. Some of them even have sprint buttons, but none of them tell you to slow down. Firewatch took me 4 hours. What Remains of Edith Finch? 2 hours. Kojima-based apocalyptic slow crawl simulator? How many? Every delivery mission absolutely had you walk through these ghosts or the bandits. We're fucking idiots. Look at this guy. He didn't even see me. How do you not see me, fam? Did the Death Stranding also take people's long distance vision? Ataro's suitcase is moving by itself. That's not suspicious? I did research on the opinion of the people who liked it, and their opinion is wrong. Which is something you're not really supposed to say. Like, if you like some shit, then that's you. But one internet jabroni said, he loves hiking, and this game resembles hiking for him. Here's why this guy is wrong. First, the controls are trash. Second, you don't go hiking with 300 pounds of shit on your ass. What? Third, you probably don't lose balance as often as Daryl does. Second main point. This game is nearly 40 hours long, and when a game is that long, I'd prefer very little of that time was wasted on bullshit. Second internet goober said, the game world is beautiful and likes exploring it. Too bad, you spent half the game skipping through menus after deliveries and listening to people tell you that they don't want you to be part of the network, but let you connect them anyways. Then you check out your report card for delivering said shit, then you get updates about new unlocks and whatever the hell else this game needed to tell you that's not related to the story, and now you can walk back up the hill for your efforts.
Hey, be careful on the way back.
Finally, third internet gamer bro said, the story is good. While I agree with this, I think they leaned way too hard into changing Sam's mind about reconnecting America. When I went to unlock the first tower, I was surprised that all these motherfuckers had to say to me was thanks, and then they just sent me on my way. Then in the other bits, they spend way too long in the story of a long-lost couple finding each other, and I think the point of this is that Sam sees the work that he's doing is helping people, regardless of the overall mission. I mean, even then, the story doesn't pick up until like way later, like at least episode 3, and it takes at least 10 to 15 hours to get through those first 2 episodes, depending on if you do side missions or not. Even if I had this much time to blow, I don't want to spend 15 hours during the slow or boring bit. Do you wait 15 episodes of a 40-minute show on Netflix before giving up on it?
Aren't you getting tired of the grind?
Oh, and right after the boring part, the game lets you skip the boring part to get to the story. So, the game doesn't actually have a fun part. At the same time, I think picking on this game is way too easy. We kind of knew it was a UPS simulator, and yet we tried it anyways. You know what I didn't expect to be boring? Red Dead Redemption 2. Similar issues though. Red Dead Redemption 2 is not fun. Let's touch on 3 points like before. First, it's boring. I heard the rumors that it starts slow. Well shit, after 15 hours it felt like it never started. Light spoilers as I say nothing that is of importance to the overall plot. You start out in the mountains running away from the law. You make it to a new settlement with your homies, and spend at least 13 of those 15 hours doing odd jobs. Picking up someone's loan payment.
Money that you borrowed from Leopold Strauss.
Babysitting John's kid.
Smellier the better.
Taking some old lady back to her place because she got lost.
My ankle's something fierce. Think you could give me a ride? Oh, we're getting close now.
Herding some sheep.
Okay. Like I said, I'll handle this.
Delivering letters between two forbidden lovers.
Gazebo on the edge of the Braithwaite property. Take her this letter and this bracelet, please.
These are the fucking story missions. These are not side quests. The main story missions make you do this shit. I assume it's because while you do this, the main character rambles on about some story bullshit about his past and the others. But you already do this pretty much all game. Every time you ride somewhere, because there is no fast travel until deep into the game, it gives the game like 5 to 7 real life minutes to talk to you about whatever the fuck it wants. Does it help you get to know the characters? Sure. Do I need the characters reminiscing over that thing you already told me 45 times? No. I swear you go on a different errand with every character and he tells every one of them how he didn't like that John left for a year.
Fast.
Not as fast as Marston, apparently.
Wait, I don't understand. What's the problem between you two?
Arthur?
It's a long story.
So how are things with you and John?
Fine.
Ain't it about time you let it go now?
It was a year, Hosea. He ditched us for a goddamn year. If you say the boy ain't yours, what's the difference? You probably only run off again.
Why are you so interested in my life?
Also, why is every mission on the other side of the goddamn map? Do I have to appreciate the work y'all put in the open world after every mission? It appears so because there's a fucking autopilot setting. You put a marker down on the map and then the horse will drive itself so you can check Reddit instead of listening to Arthur tell you that.
He disappeared on us for a while. When Jack was real young. A long while. Thomas down.
Anyways, after 15 hours, nothing had happened. This game should have been called Day in the Life of a Cowboy. Did I rob a train? Yeah. Did I throw hands with the locals? You bet I did. Did I have to make it out of the town while the whole place was trying to kill me? Yep. But it happened in between 3-hour gaps of errands like picking up my ex-girlfriend's little brother from a cult who ran away from me and made me chase him. I'm really not making this shit up. Which brings me to my second point, which is them wasting my time. Let's use this little hoe running away from me as an example of game design wasting my time. You trying to bring him back to his sister because you still simping and she batted her eyelashes at you when she asked. You find him, but the Jehovah's Witnesses got to him first. He doesn't want to, so he jumps on his horse and the game goes, chase boy and retrieve him. Bet. Chasing. So I start hauling ass and telling my horse to go faster, but he seems to be going at max speed. I'm thinking, well, then I'm not going to catch him. So I try to cut him off by taking a shortcut and then he magically still appears the same distance away from me. I failed 3 or 4 times to catch him before all I do is just keep pace behind him. I never thought to do this because doing that doesn't allow me to catch up. Well, if you keep pace with him long enough, he runs over some train tracks and then a little cutscene plays where you don't make it in time and you talk to him while the train is passing. Okay, I get it. I couldn't catch him faster than this area because then the cutscene wouldn't play. How stupid of me. In total, I'd say I blew an extra 2 of the 15 hours I had with this game, blowing missions because I didn't do them the way that they wanted. Lastly, the narrative. Similarly to Death Stranding, it's not that bad. Could be better, could be worse, but no. I will not wait 15 hours of gameplay for the not half bad story to pick up. I liked it. I start realizing that it's a slow burn and that you have to stick around to appreciate it.
When we heading west? Soon? I don't know.
We have lofty goals, Arthur. But now, when things are desperate, we have to stick with the plan. Make enough money, then find somewhere where nobody will find us. I had a plan. I still have a plan.
What plan? What goddamn plan, Dutch? Tahiti?
But you know what my problem with the story is? It wastes my time too. Irrelevant shit is part of the main storyline. For example, there are some Native Americans who need help. This has nothing to do with your group except for the one guy in your group who's Native American and he wants you to help. This will take you 4 hours to do. It is marked yellow, which denotes story mission, and does nothing to advance the plot. Imagine you're reading a book and the story goes off on a tangent about something not related to the story before bringing you back to the reason that you're reading the book in the first place. Maybe you think in your head, this will have implications later. And then the book ends and you realize you read 58 pages about nothing. Fuck this game. In conclusion, if games have padding, I think good game design is when it doesn't feel like it's padding. For example, Breath of the Wild rewarded you for exploring by showing you new things, new enemies, etc. Sometimes the combat can inspire. For example, I would stop Horizon Zero Dawn story to stop and try to defeat a giant robot dinosaur, because that shit's cool. Death Stranding gives you no incentive to stop playing the story, and Red Dead Redemption 2's side quests are boring as fuck. So when you add shit to your game just for the sake of adding it, it feels forced. And I don't like when it's forced down your throat. Both of these games could have been cut down to like 30 hours of gameplay, including the side quests and exploration and cutscenes, and would have lost nothing in terms of value and content. I think the only way these two games are for you is if you view the waste of time as a part of a game that you don't want to end. And that's okay, I definitely feel that way about my favorite games. So if you really enjoyed galloping through the desert, then I bet you didn't use the autopilot or set up that fast travel when it was made available to you 15 hours into the game, which also requires you to do odd jobs to save up the money to access it. If you really enjoyed hiking in Death Stranding, then I bet you also declined to use the bikes, the trucks, and the neon zip lines when they were made available to you, which requires lots of deliveries before you can access it. I promise my next video will be about a game I liked. Thanks for watching, fam. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel.
Fishing sure is boring, Uncle Arthur.
I know. Boring as hell.